These are a couple reasons why the rich are rich and the poor are poor. I'm an observer and I've personally seen the differences between the rich and poor through my friends throughout the years. My friends who financially struggle and their parents versus my friends who are financially doing pretty well and their parents, what they're like. So let's get right into it. The first thing is that the rich tend to spend money only on what they need. The poor tend to spend more money on things they want, like going out to dinner constantly or like Louis Vuitton, stuff like that. And the rich don't really spend their money on that stuff. They really only spend on what they need and they save the rest and invest it in other stuff. So the rich definitely have a better understanding on the difference, like the needs and the wants, while the poor could probably figure out a reason why they need the item, you know? And that's gonna make a big difference on how much money you save or how much money you have in the long run. The second thing is pretty much understanding how money works as a whole. The rich tend to love learning and understanding how money works, which is why they're rich. They know how to work the system, while the poor may not have a solid understanding on the ways of money. I'm not saying they're all like this, but that is a general habit that is shown. That's not even a habit, but the rich spend a lot of time and they can invest in books on ways of money and YouTube videos and really getting a solid understanding. While the poor may not buy a book on money and instead spend that money on Nike or something or groceries, you know. The third thing is the rich tend to look into where their money is going a lot more, because the rich follow the model of if you don't understand it, don't invest in it. But the poor, if they try to invest in something, they'll just do it without really understanding what's happening or where it's going or if there's any patterns or anything. It's kind of like not checking the reviews before buying the item, you know those times. Or not thoroughly checking like the sizing. So instead of getting a car, you get a toy car. So with that, the poor could invest in stuff like the stock market, but they're not paying attention to it or they didn't do research into it. So it's a lot more risky and their money could definitely just go down the drain, versus the rich who look into it and make sure that they are making a good investment, which obviously it doesn't always work out because investments are risky. Everything is risky, but at least it's less risky looking into it. And the last thing that makes a huge difference between the rich and the poor is that the poor tend to try a lot of different schemes of becoming rich quick, while the rich know that there is no easy, fast way to becoming rich. So the poor would spend a lot of their money maybe on gambling or lottery tickets, or I'm not saying all poor people do this. Please understand that. But if people do that, they tend to be poor. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If people do that, they tend to be poor, but not all poor people do that. But the rich know that is definitely a waste of money and it's just a scheme. It's just a way to get your money and it's just not gonna work most of the time. So those are all the differences between the rich and the poor. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to smash that like button. And if you have any more differences or similarities, please comment down below. And I will see y'all next time.